I still remember the exact second my heart cracked open like cheap drywall. It wasn't when the surgeon looked me in the eye and said, "Without this repair, you'll never run into a burning building again." It was Sunday dinner, candlelight flickering across my mother's face, when she smiled that practiced smile and said, "We gave the money to Liam's wedding instead." $34,000 meant to rebuild my knee, spent on fairy lights, a champagne tower, and a string quartet playing Coldplay covers. I just sat there, fork frozen halfway to my mouth, feeling my entire future collapse inside my chest like a third-floor joist finally giving way. My name is Caleb Rowe. 34. Firefighter. The quiet one. I'm the guy who drags unconscious fathers down ladders while the roof caves in behind us, but I couldn't drag my own family into acting like human beings. I've held dying strangers while they whispered their dog's name, watched rookies puke their guts out after their first body, carried kids out of smoke so thick it felt like breathing death. And none of it, hurt the way my mother's casual little shrug did when she said, "Liam's only getting married once. You need to understand how normal that night started. Same oak table we've had since I was 10, same chipped blue platter, same smell of rosemary and guilt hanging in the air. My little brother Liam, golden child, future VP of Vibes at some marketing firm, had his arms slung around his fiancée Sophie like he'd already won the lottery twice. Dad pouring Merlot like it was communion wine. Mom beaming at Liam the way she used to beam at his soccer trophies, his debate medals, his perfect teeth that never needed braces because he's just blessed that way. I hadn't been home in 7 months. I only came because Mom texted, "Family meeting. Important." No emoji. When Mom skips the emoji, you show up. I waited until dessert. Waited until the laughter died down and the plates were scraped clean. Then I said, quiet as smoke, "So, the surgery money. You got the final invoice, right?" Dad's wine glass paused halfway to his lips. Mom's smile froze, plastic and bright. Liam suddenly found his phone fascinating. Mom spoke first. "Oh honey, we had to redirect it. Liam and Sophie found the most perfect venue, but they only held the date if we paid in full. It was now or never." She said it like she was talking about concert tickets. Like my ACL wasn't hanging by a thread. Like the specialist I waited 6 months to see wasn't the only one in the country who could get me back on the truck. Like I hadn't sent them the exact dollar amount, the wiring instructions, the pathetic little "thank you in advance" text I immediately regretted. I laughed. Couldn't help it. A short, ugly sound. "So let me get this straight. You took the money meant to fix the knee I shredded saving a rookie's life, and you bought Liam's dream wedding with it." Sophie's eyes went wide. Liam actually rolled his. "Caleb, come on. It's not like you're dying. You're walking." I was limping. Badly. But sure, I was walking. I looked at my father. He wouldn't meet my eyes. Just cleared his throat and muttered, "It's a temporary reallocation. We'll figure something out after the honeymoon." Temporary. That word lodged in my throat like smoke inhalation. I didn't scream. I've never been the screamer. I just set my fork down, pushed my chair back, and said, "Cool. Good to know where I rank." And I limped out. Every step shooting fire up my leg, reminding me exactly how much that temporary was going to cost me. That night I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying every time I'd bailed them out. The $4,000 I sent when Liam's startup tanked. The $900 for Sophie's dress alterations when Mom forgot the budget. The $200 here. But the real knife twist. They never even asked if I was okay. Instead, Mom started a new group chat, Rowe Wedding Dream Team. She added me. First message, seating chart. My name at table 14. Near the kitchen doors. Next to Great Aunt Ruth who smells like mothballs and judgment. I stared at that chart for a long time. Then I typed. Interesting. The guy who paid for the venue gets seated by the swinging door. No answer. So I attached the screenshot of Mom's text handled next to the $34,000 invoice. Still nothing. Just typing bubbles that vanished like cowardice. That's when I made the decision. Not in anger. Anger burns hot and fast. This was colder. Surgical. Wedding day came. I showed up. New suit I paid for with the credit card that's now maxed. Hair cut. Shoes shined. Smiled for the photos like a good big brother. Then, when the coordinator called, immediate family up front. I stayed exactly where I was. Mom's face went the color of ash. Dad hissed, "Caleb, get up here." I looked at him and said, loud enough for the cousins to hear. Front row was $34,000. I didn't pay for the upgrade. You could have heard a bobby pin drop. During the ceremony I sat in the very last row. By myself. Legs stretched into the aisle because it still couldn't bend. When the officiant said, "If anyone has reason these two should not be joined," I didn't stand. But I smiled. Just a little. At the reception I lasted 20 minutes. Long enough to watch Liam and Sophie have their first dance under 20 grand worth of fairy lights my ligament paid for. Long enough to hear Mom whisper yell, "You're embarrassing us." I leaned in close and whispered back. "No, Mom. You embarrassed yourselves the moment you decided my body was less important than table linens." Then I walked out. Didn't slam the door. Just left. Like smoke clearing after the fire's out.